Hello, guys. Today I just wanted to share a bit about my journey in social care, and I'm just going to tell you 10 facts about working as a social care manager with 25 years experience. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube, so I just wanted to do 10 facts. So, first and foremost, I've got 25 years experience, so my journey is just what I'm sharing. I believe you have to be passionate about what you do, and even in any other profession. My experience of being passionate within social care streams from me working in local authorities and voluntary charity sectors. If people know you for who you are and you have a charisma about you, yes, they're going to want to work with you. They're going to want to say, yeah, they met this lady at a meeting, and other professionals might want to link up with you. So it's very important to be passionate about what we do. Within social care, I believe my passion has taken me this far, is why I had able to remain within the profession for 25 years. It took me a long time to learn how to become passionate about what I did, because my initial background was in banking. So moving into social care when I moved over to England in 1995 was something I'd never done before. So initially I struggled, but once I got the hang of it, sometimes it seems a bit like licking the ass of the manager. In other words, the manager knows they can rely on you, and basically you are there when they're not in the room. You're backing them up to say, yes, I'm sure if so person was in that room, this is what they would do. So your passion could get you through the door. It could get you referrals for services. It could get you referrals for clients that are being referred to you, walking into meetings, meeting other professionals. Your passion gets you through the door, and people begin to want to identify with you. So that's my first fact about working in social care. My second fact would be to be committed to your role. During the pandemic, I was managing a service, and I had about, I think, 12 residents suffering with mental health. And yes, my commitment of going into work, even though it was a pandemic, I had to go in 3 times a week. Sometimes I went in 4 times a week, even though my manager said I just needed to go in twice. So my residents and my staff, they felt I was committed to my role. They even wanted to come into work. Some of them were off a bit ill, but they would say, yeah, I have to be there. Or Sabina was coming in on that day. So being committed to your role, being committed to your residents' needs, being committed as a manager to the staff's well-being means you are leading by example, means you are going in even despite the fact that we had COVID and the roads were deserted. You still had to get up from your home. I live in a family of 5 other people were here working from home. But because I worked in social care, I had a duty of care to be in that service to make sure the vulnerable adults I was caring for were safe. Because we had some challenging clients who would want to leave the service, go out into the community. But by the fact they know the manager was on site, it helped. So my commitment to my role as the registered care manager at the time helped my service to survive COVID. We had no COVID cases, even though there were so many residents that died during the pandemic here in the United Kingdom. But we managed to keep a service free from COVID due to being committed and going into work. So that's fact number 2. Then fact number 3 would be to be trustworthy and honest. Being honest, even not within social care, but in any profession, is critical. Within social care, we manage residents' finances. We manage budgets. We have to have money allocated to the scheme. We need to buy things. So it's important that you as a manager, you're honest in your role. In other words, they give you a pot of money. When you go out to spend the money, you have to bring back a receipt. You need to make sure the books balance. And sometimes we're responsible for residents' monies who have got no capacity. They've tested them and they've not able to manage their money, and the families have handed over that money to us. So assuming your family or your relative hands over money to us and that money goes missing, that will become a safeguarding. So all the staff members are trained on safeguarding. So it is important for members that work in social care to be trustworthy and honest and be able to manage money. And that's part of the training that's required. Otherwise, you would end up with so many complaints from relatives, you end up from so many complaints from families, and that could put your service at risk. It could put your reputation at risk. So being honest is crucial in social care. So that is my third fact of being in social care. Fourth one is flexibility. Sometimes you go to work, a staff member calls off sick. and they can't be at work, and you as the manager might have to go in and cover that shift. So you can get an agency, or before you could get a local member to come in to cover that shift. So it's important that you are flexible. Sometimes it seems they don't even want you to have children, that you shouldn't have any dependence on you, that so you are there. In other words, they need you, you need to be there. So flexibility and being even on call sometimes to pick the phone outside of work hours in case there's any emergency. Your number is cascaded around all the services within the organization. So you need to be flexible, you need to be available. It's more or less a 24/7 job. Even on a Sunday, you need to be available. So flexibility is crucial working in social care. And some of these things that I'm highlighting to you today have led to burnout. A lot of people that have worked in social care have ended up with illnesses, they've ended up with mental health, they can't even return to the profession. And even right now, I can see that the salaries of managers have been escalated, in other words, to attract people back into the profession. So that's fact number 4. You need to be available 24/7. Then again, loyalty. You need to be loyal to your managers. I believed when I joined social care, I didn't come in with that background. I came in from banking, but once I got in, I realized the first couple of jobs I did, I struggled with those managers. It's like you needed to be licking their asses. They wanted you to be there. Even sometimes it's like trying to put you down. But then I learned the ropes quickly. And once I got the hang of the ropes, I became my manager's best friend. Some of the managers self wanted to even date you. You understand? So it's hard. You need to kind of know that you're a married person. You need to be able to draw professional boundaries. You need to be able to know when to draw the line. Because sometimes they want you to go out for coffees, want you to go out for team events. And if you keep saying you're not available, they say you're not as part of the team. So it's important that you are loyal to your manager. If they're inviting you out to these events, you need to create the time. You probably will not even have a life in your own family. Sometimes you have to go with them to these places. They want to go out for meals, or it's somebody's birthday, after work, let's go here, let's go there. So being loyal to your managers is crucial. The other one is having a caring nature. You need to be caring to your residents, caring to your staff team, staff well-being, very important. If the staff believe you don't listen to their needs, then yes, sometimes they believe she doesn't care, she doesn't listen. But then, in most services I have managed, I've always managed to get on with my residents. I've always got on with the staff team as well. But although you're saying that sometimes you've walked into a service and the staff members have been there before you, so you have to first buy your way, try to understand what is going on in that service. Don't go in there trying to start changing things straight away. You need to just kind of go with the flow, get to understand the processes, the policies of the organization, and then you can now start bringing in your own changes, if at all. And sometimes you don't necessarily have to change things, you might just have to improve them. So yes, being caring to your residents and your staff needs is very crucial. I've managed services of over 20 members on the team. You've got different characters, people coming from different backgrounds. So yes, it's crucial that we understand people, sometimes get to know them individually, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. So yes, having a caring nature and caring for your residents and your staff needs, very crucial. That's fact number 7 or 6. So the next one is listening to your staff. We have staff meetings once every month, or sometimes you might have to have what we call catch ups once every Monday, just to find out where things are, especially if you don't work at the weekend. So you want to touch base with them. The staff members are meant to keep you updated. So yes, listening to them during meetings is very important. If they are trying to raise a point, just to try and understand where they are coming from, not necessarily making it, even send out your agenda beforehand, let them know they have a voice, let them send in whatever they might want to discuss, so that it makes the meeting to be more structured. So I've understood listening to my staff during those 25 years was crucial. It got us awards during the pandemic. We were able to receive vouchers for the staff. You nominate them, they did well wherever they've excelled. You make sure to nominate them so that they be recognized. And so many times we've run so many recognitions. So facts number 8 is to partner with other agencies. We do a lot of cascading collaboration, working in multidisciplinary teams with social workers, occupational therapists, GPs, social workers, And yeah, psychologists, because the needs of the clients are varied. So you're working with these different teams, speech therapists, so you have to have a nature whereby people feel comfortable to come back to you if there's any clients you manage that they are working with and they have questions. So that's a crucial thing, to be able to work as part of a team, to be able to recognize the strengths of these different teams. And if you need anything, you know where to go, who to contact. So that's fact number 8. Then fact number 9 is the ability to work long hours after 5 p.m. Your contract is 9 to 5, but like I said to you, you are on a 24/7 rota. You are never off. So even when it's 5 o'clock is when the staff come to you, is when the residents come to you. So you can never walk out of that door at 5. It's why a lot of people end up with burnout. And so you need to be available to know that your work doesn't finish at 5. That's when your manager might email and say they need this document or they need this report. So it's like you don't really have a life in social care. Your work as a manager means you're around the clock and the residents are available to you. That's when they might say there's an incident, a resident fell down in their flat, they need to call the ambulance, or a resident has harassed another resident, so then they need the police, so you are never able to finish on a 9 to 5. So that's fact number 9. And fact number 10 is you need to be resilient. You need to know that this job is a do or it's either you are in it or you're not in it. You either have to have the passion, you have to have the commitment, you have to be loyal, you have to be trustworthy, you have to be flexible, you need to listen to your staff, you need to be caring to your residents, you need to be able to partner with other agencies, you need to be able to work long hours over time, and lastly is your resilience. So I hope these 10 facts have helped for you to understand what it takes to be a social care manager or to work in social care. And I'll be sharing more videos around my journey working in social care. And this is just my own personal experience. And I'll try and see if I can add some words onto it when I put this on CapCut, hopefully. Thank you for listening. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. And it's Sabina.